All right, first I'd like to start by saying all praise to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem Kadash, double honors to the elders that rule well, and salutations to the brothers that stood in true sincerity. Now, this is just a lesson on how America will soon be destroyed, as you can see in the picture. So I'm going to start with this Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 1. It says, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I will raise up against Babylon." And Babylon in the scripture is America, the land of confusion. Babel in Hebrew is confusion, man. It says, "And against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me, a destroying wind." Now we know that that wind is nuclear thermal fire, man. The same wind that's in Revelations chapter 7. It says, "Will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her, and shall empty her land. For in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about." Right? So, the Lord going to use these nations to shoot nuclear missiles at America for the wickedness that it has done to the blacks/Native Americans, man. It says, "Against him that bended, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifted himself up in his brigandine, his armor, and spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her hosts." Right, so everybody gonna be destroyed, man. That's gonna be left in America, man. Ain't no missile shields gonna save America, man. That's what I mean by this brigandine, man. The what America got? The Patriot shield, not the Patriot. I forget what they missile shields is called, but that's not gonna save them in the times to come, man. The Lord gonna make sure these nuclear missiles hit their mark. This is Joel chapter 2, verse 1. "Blow ye a trumpet in Zion," Zion represents Israel, "and sound an alarm in my holy mountain." That's why we out there in the highways and byways proclaiming this truth, man. Because we blowing the trumpet, letting our people know what's to come. "Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand." Right. It says, "A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong." That great people and strong people represents the missiles, the nuclear missiles, man. It says, "There has not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations." Right, because once after this destruction, the Lord said He was going to take away, destroy the weapons. So and there's going to be peace on earth, man. Let me see. It's like that. All right, this is Isaiah chapter 2. I'm just going to start from the top. It says, the word that Isaiah the son of Amoz saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. "And it shall come to pass in the last days," which just the time we're living in, "that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains." Right, Israel going to be established on top of the governments, man. and shall be exalted above the hills, the nations, and all nations shall flow unto it. So these nations in that day, when Yahushua set his people back up, or set us back up, Yahushua will elect and make it on the first fold, all the nations going to come to us. For what? It says, and many people shall go and say, come ye and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways. Right, and we're going to teach the nations the law, statutes, and commandments, man, because remember, that's our wisdom in the sight of the nation. And, they're going to say, what a wise people, wise and understanding people, because these laws, statutes, commandments from Yahweh Shah is meant to govern the world, man. This Edomite devil, change the laws and, everything, man. And everybody got their own gods and all that stuff. All that stuff gonna be done away with when Yahushua come back. It says, and we will walk in his paths, for out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. And he shall judge among the nations and shall rebuke many people. And they shall beat their swords into plowshares. Swords is talking about their weapons, man. And their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. So all that war and stuff gonna be done, man. Instead of having how the nations putting their money into their weapons and stuff of that nature, they're gonna be putting it into they're gonna be slaves in the kingdom, man. All that money and stuff, they basically gonna be it's gonna be nothing but slavery, agriculture, and stuff like that. It ain't gonna be no war anymore, man. Ain't no nuclear missiles, nothing, man. All that shit gonna be done away with. It says, this is back in Joel chapter 2, verse 2. It says, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness. As the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong, there hath not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. See, it says, a fire devoured before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them. Right, America was as the Garden of Eden, man. Full of trees, fruits. It looked like a paradise, so to speak, man. It says, the land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Right, because that's what's going to be left. It says, that's how it's going to look. Yea, and nothing shall escape them. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run. Like the noise of chariots on the tops of the mountains shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble. As a strong people set in battle array, before their face the people shall be much pain. All faces shall gather blackness. Right, they're gonna be hit by the missiles, man. These people gonna be hit by these missiles. They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war, and they shall march every one on his ways, and they shall not break their ranks. Right, so these missiles gonna hit their target, man. Ain't no missile defense shields gonna stop them from hitting America, man. Neither shall one thrust upon another. They shall walk every one in his path, and when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. Right, so it ain't gonna be nothing that's gonna stop them. They shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb up upon the houses. They shall enter in at the windows like a thief. The earth shall quake before them. The heavens shall tremble. The sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. And the Lord shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great. For he is strong that executed the word. For the day of the Lord is great and very terrible, and who can abide it? So ain't nobody gonna be able to stand against what's coming, man. The Lord destroying this place, man. Nobody gonna be able to stand against this. That's the reason why the Lord even created the missiles, man. To destroy this place. That's why he had the Smith create the missiles. to destroy this place, man. This Isaiah chapter 54, verse 16. It says, Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy. Right, let's talk about the nuclear missiles, man. The Lord created the smith, which is the man that created the missile, and the waster is the nuclear missile. To do what? Destroy, man. And after these things, I saw another angel. This Revelation chapter 18, verse 1, Salakia. It says, And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon, the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. Right, because that's all that's going to be left inhabiting this place after it gets hit by missiles. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, which is her philosophies, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich to the abundance of her delicacies. Right, so the merchants of the earth, which are the other nations, have gotten rich off America, man. It says, And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. Right. The Lord going to deliver his elect by way of chariots, so-called UFOs, the ones that everybody see popping up everywhere. You know, it says the Lord's elect going to be scarcely saved. But the plagues is talking about the nuclear missiles. It says, For sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works, and the cup which she hath filled to her double. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Right, that's the pride of America, man. They don't think nothing can happen to them. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine. And she shall be utterly burned with fire. See? For strong is the Lord, Yahweh, by Shemel Shai, who judgeth her. It says, And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, the great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. Right, so it's only going to take an hour to destroy this place, man, after everything that they done built, this great city, everything that's been established in this place, man. It's only going to take 1 hour. It says, And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. It says, the merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones, and of pearls and fine linen and purple and silk, and scarlet, and all dying wood, and all manner of vessels of ivory, and all manner of vessels of most precious wood, and of brass, and iron, and marble, and cinnamon, and odors, and ointments, and frankincense, and wine, and oil, and fine flour, and wheat, and beast, and sheep, and horses, and chariots, and slaves, and souls of men. All right. It says, right, because that's still going on, man. Still got slavery and stuff going on. And the fruits that thy soul lusteth after are departed from thee, and all things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all. The merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing, and saying, Alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught. Right, so these nations going to cry because they ain't going to be able to make no more money, man. And every shipmaster and all the company in ships and sailors and as many as trade by sea stood afar off, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, What city is like unto this great city? And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, Alas, alas, that great city wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness, for in 1 hour is she made desolate. It says, Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for the Most High, Yahweh Shema Shai, hath avenged you on her. Right, so the Lord going to avenge his prophets and his apostles behind all the wickedness that, Yahweh we have that we done been through up in this place, man. All the suffering that we got to go through, all the oppression from slavery to having the mental slavery and having to work and all that extra shit. The Lord going to revenge his prophets, because we originally are the rulers of the world, man. We the righteous, chosen, holy seed that's supposed to be governing this planet through the law, statutes, commandments, Yahweh Shema Shai, man. Not these Edomite cracker devils, these white people, nor these other heathen nations, man. So, with that being said, all praise to Yahweh Shema Shai, by Shema Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles that rule well, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. Shalom.